up, everybody? It's your girl Songbird, and I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of Room 1002. Y'all know what it's all about, man. I'm here showcasing the hottest up-and-coming artists right here in Atlanta, Georgia. I know what you guys are wondering, though. Where's the artist, right? Today's episode is going to be all about me, aka Songbird. I'm really excited to share a little bit about my music history, who I am, all about the platform, and share that with you guys in honor of 1002, aka my birthday.
Who is Songbird?
Songbird is honestly just a genuine musician plus journalist trying to connect with other musicians and artists, people who genuinely love music the way that she does, people who respect music the way that she does. Music has been such a big part of my life, and I could not go the rest of my life without acknowledging its purpose.
How do you call yourself Songbird?
Okay, so that's a funny story. So I actually got the name Songbird from one of my closest friends. If you know me, you know that I whistle, like a lot, like a bird, like. And it happens to really shock people. So one of my friends decided to give me the name Songbird because I really can whistle any song that you test me to. Don't test me though, don't test me.
Where does your music story begin?
Oh man, my music story begins really at the age of 5. My family always knew I had a gift, even though I was in constant denial about it. My family always knew that I had a gift. So one of the things that my parents used to do was group me up with my cousins, make me be the Beyonce of the Destiny's Child, and put us in all these different talent shows and competitions. And over time, it developed into something more. I wound up actually getting interested in church choir, school choir, band even. I remember being in the 5th grade and they let us go to this assembly for like the upcoming middle schoolers, and they gave us this packet, and I just remember staring at the flute like, I am going to play the flute. I will be a flautist. And I got to middle school and I couldn't play the flute for crap. So in an effort to stay in touch with music, I wound up diving deep into the band. I wound up playing several instruments rather in the woodwind section, mainly known for playing clarinet and tenor sax. And yeah, just from there now I kind of sing for fun. A lot of you know me as a whistler, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Talk to me about your journey into becoming this media mogul.
So interestingly enough, I actually got into media around the same time that I got into music. So when I was a child, I knew that I wanted to be a journalist. I didn't know what kind of journalist I wanted to be. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about, but I knew I wanted a job that I could talk. I like to talk, and it was either going to be a motivational speaker, a teacher, or a journalist. And I figured being a journalist would afford me most of the freedom that I was looking for in my speech. So as I grew up, I started to enroll myself in things like oratorical competitions, writing speeches, writing poems, joining school newspaper. I remember at Riverside, if you went to Riverside Elementary School, you remember the Riverside Stately Stallions. I was on the school news for the Riverside Stately Stallions. I used to do the teleprompter, I used to do the broadcasting, all of that, and it just went forward. I wound up going to Alabama A&M University, pursuing my degree in communications media, and from there, like I said, yeah, I just kept pursuing and I kept going forth with it.
What is Room 1002 and what does that mean? What signs or reasons did you have to create this project?
OMG, Room 1002. Okay, so I'll tell you the proper definition and then I'll tell you what Room 1002 means to me. Room 1002 is a platform that I created to showcase Atlanta's hottest up-and-coming artists. That's whether you are the singer-songwriter, you could be the rapper, you could just be an artist, you could be an instrumentalist. But I ultimately created the platform to showcase some of the talent here in Atlanta that I know does not get enough praise. We all listen to the radio, we all know the top 10 songs on Apple Music, but we don't know the good content right here in our own city. And I thought that it was important to share that as someone who has a deep appreciation for music. I actually got the name 1002 from my birthday. My birthday is October 2nd. I won't tell you guys the year, but I got 1002 from that date, it seems to be in some way very important because I seem to see it every single day. I've seen it on the side of cars. I've seen it as the time. I've seen it as order numbers at work. I've seen it as mailbox numbers, and I literally see it every single day. So I thought to myself, how can I do something with this number? And it just came to me, Room 1002. Because this show really embodies what I love. And so that's kind of where I made that connection. And like I said, seeing those signs all over, I just kind of felt like I couldn't go without using the number.
Okay, so what do you feel like is the biggest challenge for women in the music industry?
Oh, authenticity. I feel like women are kind of under this umbrella of this is what it's gonna take to be famous. This is what it takes to draw attention. And a lot of that requires mimicking or bandwagoning on that image that we're already getting. It requires being as naked as you can be. It requires being as vulgar as you can be at all times. And I think for the women who might be a little bit more soft and just want to write love songs and super positive bops, it might be a little challenging. And I'm even seeing, you know, there are younger artists who are coming into the fold now who have real talent, who are conforming to that very idea just simply because that's what it seems the masses want.
Talk to us a little about how you stay grounded and connected to God while pushing through this career.
OMG, community. I have to have community. I have prayer calls with some of my good friends. I regularly attend my church. I volunteer at my church, and it really helps me with the balance. I won't lie. Operating in a secular industry like music, it's very hard sometimes to stay morally grounded is the best way to say it. It's very hard sometimes to seclude yourself from certain things, and at the end of the day, you know, I want to be open, I want to be available, and I want artists to feel comfortable with me. And so I just always have to remember who I do it for and why I do it. And I think ultimately God rewards me for that because of that. Like, I don't have any issue with interviewing artists who may not have my same beliefs because I know what I believe. And so by placing myself in those communities outside of this, I'm able to still keep that balance.
If you could share a message to young women who would ultimately like to become artists one day, what would it be?
I would honestly have to say go for it, and go for it as yourself. You'd be very surprised how many people actually still appreciate good quality music, who want to hear good uplifting music, people who are willing to even explore different genres. So it might not get you the money and it might not get you the fame, and that's the honest to God truth. But if you're doing it for yourself, if you're being yourself and if you're doing it for God, you'll prosper in the ways that the Lord sees best for you. And I think a lot of girls don't get to hear that, you know, I'm not sure if you're doing it to be famous. You might be, but there is a chance that you won't be famous simply because you have the authenticity not to put out what's already being over circulated. So I think that it's just very important to remember who you are, why you do it, and who you do it for. Well, as usual, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Room 1002. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video, share this video, and y'all better tell me happy birthday in the comments. If you have any artist friends who you know deserve the opportunity to be interviewed, click down in the description box below and enter their name into the artist suggestion box. I'm going to keep saying this. Somebody's going to do it one day, and it is really going to bless that artist. Until next time, you guys, peace.
If you could share a message with, alright, hold on, let's redo it. If you could share a message to young women, let's redo it again. I guess okay. I forgot how to fucking read. If you could share a message, God damn. Alright. Stop laughing. You gotta.
Right, hold it together, interviewer.
Yeah, you gotta hold it together.
Okay. I'm the talent today, by the way. You're the interviewer.